Hey everybody, DiamondsByTeeda here. Hey, thanks so much for stopping by and hanging out with me. It is dark 30, as I like to fondly call it, because it is still dark outside. It's only about 5:30 a.m. On Wednesday, August 20th, 2025. And I am doing a WIP and chat today. And I know you can't see the whole painting, but it's the one that I did a kit up and chat last night. And this beautiful peacock that Miss Belle had sent me, Miss Southern Belle. I will link her information down below too, so that you will have it. And I thought we would start on this rose. It's a little bit easier for me to film here. I placed a few drills over here. You can see in the peacock feathers, but it's really kind of hard placing them so close to the frame on here. So I thought I'm not going to do this probably in typical sections, but I thought I would film the rose. So yeah, so we're going to start. I hope you guys are all doing great today. I have got my cup of coffee. Keep me going, even though I know it doesn't have caffeine. It's just like a placebo effect. What can I say? What can I say? So I'm going to be doing the H's, and I tell you, they're a little hard to see. They're very light, so they're a little bit hard to see. I don't know if I can multi-place because they're kind of curvy. I can try and see. I will probably have to move them around a little bit. But yeah, it looks like I can multi-place. And I thought I would do these H's that are a little bit harder to see to get them done and out of the way. So this painting is not in, rows and columns like most diamond paintings are. They're in curvy lines, and that's primarily so that you're going to get more detail and more texture. Otherwise, it probably would have had to have gotten, pretty big to get all the detail in. So I think this is going to be a fun one to do. Miss Belle always picks out such pretty gifts. Well, that glue is, it is sticky. Let me tell you, I can't move them around very much. But that is okay. Boy, I just can't believe that August is almost done. Isn't that crazy? August is almost done. Once the kids get back in school, the time goes by so fast. It will be the first of the year before we know it. And it will be the first of the year before we know it. And I'm waiting for Walmart to change all of their things around from back to school, to Christmas. Okay, I've got a few more H's over here. Almost got them. So I'm probably going to be keeping this at about another, about a half hour or so this morning. The half hour or maybe 40 minutes is working pretty well for me in the morning because I still have to get myself ready for work. And I need to have enough time that I can get this uploaded and do any edits if I need to. Because you never know if I'm going to boo-boo and I have to edit something out. I try not to, but for the most part, you see things as they happen. But once in a while, I got to take something out. like a sneeze or, you know, stuff like that. I think those are H's too. They're just a little bit hard to see. Well, you know, I totally changing the subject because you know how my squirrel thoughts are, right? I don't know if you're using much AI to do anything, but I really like ChatGPT. There are some things that it does that I really like, particularly if I'm researching stuff. It can give me a lot of information. It is handy dandy. So I asked ChatGPT today to give me some icebreaker questions, some things I could talk about, you know, during this WIP and chat. And it came up with a pretty extensive list of quite a few things. Yeah, so I thought I would do some ChatGPT questions. Just because I don't know if my squirrel brain is fully engaged so early in the morning. And I love the one question, it cracks me up. It says, you know, are you a morning person or a night owl? Well, we already know that answer to that question, don't we? I am a morning person. I always kind of laughed and said, you know, I'm like a chicken. You know, I'm up with the sun and I am down with the sun. And that probably is really true. And to be honest, I think I've been that way, you know, my whole life. I even, you know, went to bed fairly early, you know, when I was a kid. Mom and Dad, you know, they told me they never really had any issues, you know, getting me to go to bed or fighting bed or anything like that. And I remember that. I remember, you know, bedtime was like 8:30 or something like that. And when that time rolled around, I just got ready for bed and they tucked me in and boom, I was done. But I've always struggled to stay up late at night. I'm not really good at night. And gosh, by the time like 3 o'clock rolls around, I'm done. I am tired. Okay. We've got a few more H's there. I'm going to try to do a symbol that's a little easier to see on the next one. Yeah, because these H's, they are a little hard to see. And then let's see, what is another one? If you could only eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be? Oh my goodness, I'm a foodie. That's kind of a hard question, but I probably would say, I think authentic Mexican food is probably my favorite. I love Mexican food. Now, trying to pick one Mexican item, that is hard to say because, oh my gosh, I love enchiladas. I love, oh, there's a blue drill that's kind of hanging out there. Yeah, I love enchiladas. I love flautas or chimichangas, burritos. I like anything like that. So I probably would talk about, I'll say, oh my gosh, it's so hard. Maybe enchiladas. But then on a close second, I know I'm probably not really answering the questions all the way. I could probably do barbecue every day for the rest of my life. I love barbecue steak. Yeah, I love barbecue. So I could do like a barbecued steak with, you know, like a baked potato and some sort of veggie. I could do that forever too. Excuse me. Boy, these H's are so hard to see. I'm going to have to switch up and do a little easier symbol to see. I have a feeling I'm going to need to get a really bright overhead light to see this better. Yeah, we're gonna move on. I think I'm gonna do something with a dark letter, like maybe a T. The T's are dark letters. I think I can do that. Let me just put this away. Okay, there's a T. And I'm gonna put this in a pink chart because this is a lighter color. I think, oh, I don't know if that's so good. Maybe I better do white. I can't see that very well. Yeah, that's better. We'll put it back in the white. So this is just a really, really light pink. Let's see. If you could have any animal, real or mystical, as a pet, what would you choose? Oh my gosh. I know, you know, I'm thinking, you know, exotic animals when it first comes to mind. I mean, because who wouldn't want a lion or a tiger, you know, hanging out with you? But then I would feel bad if that lion or tiger was in, you know, captivity and wasn't out in the wild. I need some more wax. Let me get some more wax. What did I do with it? There it is. I found it. And then I start thinking about, I really miss having horses, even though I know they're not technically a pet, but I loved riding horses. Oh my gosh. I missed my horse. And a squirrel thought, talking about horses, I was cleaning out a section in the garage, and I came across all of my, you know, ribbons and trophies I won when I was a kid, riding horses, because I used to ride English, and I rode in hunters and jumpers, so we jumped all the fences and rails, and you know, me and my best friend rode together. It was so much fun. Anyway, it was really kind of cool reminiscing about all those times, and I had written little notes on the back of the ribbons as far as, you know, what class it was and kind of what happened that day. And I wrote on the back of my number, because there's a number that you wear on your back to identify you. And I had, you know, kind of wrote a little brief, you know, synopsis of the day. And it was so funny to kind of look back at what a, you know, a 12 and a 13-year-old, you know, would write. So that was a lot of fun to, you know, reminisce about that. So, so I would like to have a horse again. Definitely couldn't afford a horse now. Gosh, I couldn't even imagine what the price of keeping a horse or even buying a horse. That would be crazy work. Boy, those are just stuck on there. Yeah, I may have to just single place, I think, because multi-placing and moving is kind of hard. Oh, this is a funny one too. What's the last photo you took on your phone? I think the last photo I took was a screenshot of something that I was going to put in the video. Probably a screenshot of a diamond painting. Most of the photos in there are of the diamond paintings. But if we go back to real stuff, it probably would be my granddaughter's birthday party. Took some pictures. My daughter took a lot of pictures that day too. And I have a lot of pictures of Gracie, of course. And she's sound asleep right now. Okay. What's one thing you absolutely refuse to eat? Oh goodness, like I said, I'm a kind of a foodie. But I would probably say, and my grandkids are gonna hate me for this, is sushi. I don't want to eat sushi. That is one thing that I refuse to eat. And I don't think I would eat raw oysters either. I know a lot of people like raw oysters on the half shell, but I don't think I would eat raw oysters. And I'm sure there's other things too, but at 5:30 in the morning, that's all the kind of things that I can think of at the moment. And here's another funny one too. Well, there's a couple funny ones. Like it came up with, do you collect anything? Yes, I collect diamond paintings. I think that's funny. Yep, I collect diamond paintings. I diamond paint and I collect diamond paintings. And the other kind of funny one that I thought was, let's see, where is that? Ooh, where to go, where to go, where to go? Oh, no, I can't find it. Oh, here it is. Are you more of a planner or a fly by the seat of your pants kind of person? I'm kind of a more of a fly by the seat of my pants person. I mean, I like to have a general plan in my head, but I am not a strict planner. Well, you guys know that. I know I can't. With my schedule and with everything that is going on, there is just no way that I can be a total planner. I truly like to go with the flow and just have life try to be a little bit more relaxed. I don't want really any stressors in my life. And plans, let me tell you, plans can go awry. Things can change. I think you sometimes have to, I don't know, I heard the saying once, it was something like, you kind of have to be like a tree and, your limbs have to be able to, bend with the wind. So if something changes, don't get upset about it or anything. Just, go with the flow. So that's what I'm kind of trying to do. So yeah, fly by the seat of my pants. What's my go-to comfort food? That's the next question. Well, it depends upon what comfort food we are talking about. I think comfort food for like a dinner, like a meal. First thing that pops into my mind is I love a good pot roast. And I like a pot roast that has carrots and onions in it. And then have mashed potatoes and gravy. and maybe some sort of dinner roll with it. That is a really good comfort food for me. But if you're talking about getting kicked in the teeth and, you know, you get, I don't know, kind of the ultimate depression food if you're really upset, or if I'm really upset, I guess I should say, it was my mom's go-to also. And it's chocolate pudding and ice cream. And I think I've told you about this before, where you cook chocolate ice cream. It has to be the cooked kind. And while it's still hot, right out of the cooking pot, pour it in a bowl, and you put a big blob of vanilla ice cream right in the middle, and let the vanilla ice cream melt and cool the pudding enough to where you can eat it. So that is a great comfort food when I am really upset or depressed, or have to eat my feelings, which I know aren't good. But sometimes, you know, you have those days. Okay, what is something else? What's the strangest food you've ever tried? If we're going to talk food again. Well, this was strange for me. I'm sure it's not strange for other people. Is escargot. So you know that's snails, right? And I went on a cruise one time. We took my mom when she first moved here with me. She was 94 years old when we went on this cruise. And it was she had such a fun time. I don't think I've ever seen her happier. She had an amazing time. Anyway, they have all kinds of food on the ship. And, you know, you can eat as much as you want. I mean, you can try different things. And they were offering escargot with dinner. And my brother told me, he goes, "Oh, sis, you got to try escargot. It's really, really good." And I go, "Okay, I'm going to be totally out of my comfort zone. I will totally be brave. I cannot believe I'm going to do this, but I am going to try escargot." I still think I'm kind of crazy. And I tried it. If I can find the picture, because I did take a picture of it, I'll put it up here somewhere if I can find that picture. If not, it'll be another talk for another day. Oops, I thought I had a drill, but I didn't. Anyway, they actually are very good. If somebody hadn't told me that it was escargot, I would have thought it was a very buttery and garlicky mushroom, because it has the same texture as a mushroom. And it actually was really good. But, I mean, I did eat one, but I couldn't get past knowing what it was. I couldn't get past it. And so that was it. I couldn't do it. So that was, well, for me, that was the strangest food. And then, I guess we're on a foodie thing. So, what is one food that you don't like that everybody raves about or everybody likes? Well, my husband, he, God rest his soul, he used to say I was a cheap date because I don't like lobster. Don't like, nope. Don't like it. Don't like anything about it. Don't like the taste. Nope. Can't do it. And kind of speaking of the cruise, one night they serve lobster for dinner. And again, you can eat as much of dinner as you want. So people were ordering, you know, 2 and 3 lobsters. I mean, it was really kind of crazy. And my brother said, oh, again, he's telling me, sis, you got to try the lobster. I know you don't like it, but this is like the best lobster. It is fresh off the boat. You know, they've got the best chefs here. You got to try the lobster. You're going to love it. And I go, okay, I'll be brave and daring. I will try it, even though I don't like lobster, but I will try it. And so he gets it, and, you know, my sister-in-law gets it. Mom got it. You know, they all got it. They all took their bites of it. Alexa, stop. That was my 30-minute alarm. Anyway, I finally try it, and it's like, nope. I know that you're saying this is probably like the best lobster ever, but it is not for me. So I gave my brother my lobster so it wouldn't go to waste, and he ate it, and I put that in the wrong spot. Let's squish that over. There we go. Oh my goodness, we're at 26 minutes. What are some kind of foods that you don't particularly care for that everybody loves? I'm always curious about that. Maybe I need to talk about that in a live. I tell you, my lives sometimes always revolve around food. Oh, the other food, there's no way I can possibly eat it, and it is because of genetics, is cilantro. I can't do cilantro. It tastes like soap. Oh. I can maybe handle a little bit if it's like in salsa or something, but cannot do cilantro at all. And I know everybody loves it. They put cilantro like on all kinds of stuff. Oh yeah, no can do cilantro. Let me do the little E. And I'll put this one in pink because it's white. I can't put white drills in a white tray. I can't see them good enough. Oop, I dropped a drill. There we go. Well, this has been kind of fun, just answering a few questions. Thank you, ChatGPT. You came up with some good questions. Oh gosh, there's so many great questions they came up with. Oh my goodness. Well, I guess, what's the bravest thing you've ever done? Boy, that's a hard one. I've never thought of myself as a very brave person. I'm really kind of a chicken, really. I don't think I've done anything brave, with the exception, I think the bravest thing was when I took care of my mom from all of her cancer. And I won't go into, like, some of it is really quite gross, but let's just say I had to be a respiratory therapist and take care of her trach. And that meant suctioning things out, you know, putting tubes down her throat. And yeah, that was not fun at all. But I knew I had to do it so that she could get well and so that she could live. So I guess bravest thing would be taking care of my mom, because there was a lot of things that I had to do that I did not want to do. That's for certain. Okay, we're just doing a few little E's. I haven't done very much. This is actually kind of slow going, not being in rows and columns. I think once I am diamond painting alone, because I will diamond paint a little bit alone on this. It won't only be done on camera. Otherwise, obviously, I'll never get done with the painting. I've got to do some by myself. But the WIP and chats definitely right now, for a while anyway, will be gifts. And I'll probably have a few gifts that I am working on so that I can rotate them so that you guys don't get bored of seeing, you know, the same one. We can see progress on different ones. So that will be fun. And then I will also continue. Like, I got a lot done last night on seashells on the beach. Yeah, I got quite a bit done on it. Because I had gone to the gym and then I came back and worked on it, watched a little TV. I was watching, I don't know why, but I'm watching all the old shows again. And I'm watching Seinfeld. And that still is really funny. Sometimes I go back and look at the old shows and go, God, why did you even think that was funny? You know, why did you like that? But Seinfeld still is funny. I thought anyway. So yeah, and today, you know, today of course is work, and I've got, I think maybe after work today, I don't know if I will go to the gym or not. I need to, but I need to get Gracie's nails trimmed. It is time to get her nails trimmed again. I'm trying to do them about every 6 weeks to keep them up so that they stay short, because I think if they get long, if they get too long, I think it hurts her to walk. And they're actually her nails are really in good shape. The groomer says that by coming every 6 weeks, they will stay in really, really good shape. So she is doing good. And boy, going through the wax on these drills too. Let's see. It's going to be such a pretty painting though. Can't wait till it's all done. Hopefully I can get this rose done. Oops. I will try to work on it a little bit more this morning before I have to go and get ready for work. But I think with that, okay, I'm a little bit over 30 minutes, so I think I'm going to go ahead and stop. Again, thanks for hanging out with me. I love it when you keep me company. Yeah, you and Gracie keep me company and keep me grounded. All that fun kind of stuff. I'm going to try to finish up these harder colors to see, these H's and maybe the G's. And we'll go ahead and get those done. Maybe I can get the rose finished. I have a feeling that this painting is going to be done in little sections like this. Whether I work on, you know, the peacock himself or the flowers or exactly what I'm doing. But I don't think I'm going to section it quite the same like I do regular paintings. But it's going to be pretty. It's going to be very pretty to hang up. Thank you again, Miss Belle. So I hope you guys have a great day or evening or morning or I don't know, whatever time zone you are in when you're watching. Because I know I have a lot of international folks and there's, you know, great time differences, you know, all over in the world. So, you know, remember that you are perfect exactly as you are, you know, and try to do one thing that your future self is going to thank you for. Yeah, I think that's going to be about it. Is there any other last minute random thoughts. Nope. Other than I gotta water the grass because it is very, very, it's going to be very hot. I think we're going to be definitely up in the 90s today. Be glad when fall is going to start coming and we're going to have the cooler weather. Yeah, I'm looking forward to some nice cool weather. Not looking forward to cleaning all the leaves up, that's for certain, but and I got to get the gutters cleaned in the house after those leaves fall. Because I don't want to climb up on the ladders anymore. Because I don't want to fall off of one and break a hip or something. Anyway, let's not end on a note like that. You guys have a fabulous day. Have fun with your diamond painting or whatever crafts you're doing. And I'm going to catch you on the next one. Bye, everybody.